when somebody asks you the world is come to an end, the first thing you should ask is, which world? And when they say soon, what in time lineage is soon? Soon to God may mean trillions and trillions of years to the Supreme Lord when they say soon. Because like you are breathing in and out now, when you breathe in, you are breathing in so many living entities. When you breathe out, you are breathing out so many miracles that are forming. As they go away, they become like universes where living entities occupy. And when you breathe in, you are ending some of those things. So are you asking, the Lord is also performing his duty of creation. When he breathes out, he's breathing out a whole lot of universes. And within those universes, we living entities occupy. And when he's breathing in all those living entities at different stages. Because as I'm breathing, all things that are far from me will come last. So which destruction are we talking about?
You are watching the biggest, the largest, the highest, the greatest, the tallest, and the mightiest African spiritual platform. I welcome you people to another episode. The other day we had Papa here and we had a lot of conversation. Niyama bi obobo boss na ye hu na ebi no nti bia se no mo say eh me kra say nye say da na nka minim say na he bi esokra owo Krishna for no ho no mo. I learned a lot that day. Na me say okay, and the papa bra na san fa ye be fa mu biomu na ye nsua. Na me hwe din na o se me fa topic mbra na me hwe din na me say ade we so e ha me papa. Ewiase ba na ewieye eno na no so ya another thing na threaten amanfo. Ewiase ba na ewieye nti we fi US one ne mba nyina ba Ghana abedi osofo n'echi because ewiase ba na ewieye wa turn the property na de sika na ma. Ewiase ba na ewieye na we jane maame ne papa ewiase ba na ewieye bi kra date wo ho. Ye kasa ewiase ba na ewieye a ewiase ben aya me da medwene ho. Because wu enda wu wiase aba ewieye na wiase nyina aba ewieye ana te say jato Los Angeles ye wo hyiye e honom bibia asai ewiase no aba na ewieye omo wu fry omo kai omo bibia ahye omo wiase aba omo ewieye nti so omo ka de biase ewiase ba na ewieye a ewiase ben e asase ya ye tisu ya na Christendom beka se asase bebobo se empa na esoro nso anani se nku na onyankopon de wiase foforo aba ebi so se Babylon ebeba na wiase foforo fisuru is the big show cream na abesi yenye so na apecha yen aso de mafo ye ewe nti wiase ba na wiye no so me pese me investigate nti sa wo hwa me na omusi wiase ba wiye na wo in total knowledge about it a pese wo de be mayen the platform is open but enede Mishisho obi a ono ni nimdie mu no wado ewom so ono so meka nkyerɛ se yeka se wiase ba na wie ya yendwane ana yenjina ho. That is what we are going to discuss today. We are always the biggest, the largest. I'm always queen. Hadasha, call me Empress Makida. I am Labraska. Edini dia wunim nyina fa so na yenko. Nti enda no a great day. The other day we had a guest here, Shanta Maharaj. Ono nenen so owaha ye nyina one of our own, one of our fathers. Ono ena owaha. Inti muma ye mana kwa aba na yembisa no the previous episode ni experience. If there's anything he wants to address, then we get into the topic. Papa, welcome once again.
Thank you.
Great. Yeah. You are not new here, so, but you will still have to greet them. And then if there is anything you saw in your previous episode, like comment, can here you feel you want to address and something, you greet them and then you add that to it.
Yo, midawasi. O Magyanam Timrindia Sia Gyananjaya Salakaya Shakshu Militam Yena Tasmai Shi Guruve Namaha. Oh, my spiritual master had opened my darkened eyes with the touch of knowledge. I've offering my obeisances to him and all the predecessors who have given us this knowledge to make us self-realized. Though I'm not self-realized, but by their mercy, whatever they have given, I am also trying to give it out so that we can realize the difference between material nature and transcendental nature.
Okay, Papa, we welcome you.
Thank you.
Papa, your previous episode, is there anything you saw that you feel you want to address?
Well, when I was looking through the comment, one particular thing that hit me was people were asking what is in my bag.
Okay.
And I'm showing you this bag, and in the bag is the rosary that I have. I pray with this rosary every day. This is my weapon in the material world. This is my only weapon I carry around. If I lose everything, this one, I'm attached to it. And what do I do with this? I chant the holy names of God every moment. The moment-to-moment awareness of God in our life, that is religion. Religion actually means religio, to connect ourselves, to yoke ourselves to God. And yoking ourselves to God, people call yoga, doesn't mean you just go once in a week or, every day is for you, then 1 hour in a week is for God. But the moment-to-moment awareness of God in our lives is actually what we call Krishna consciousness, Christ consciousness, or whatever you will call it, so far as it is engaged with the transcendence. So I chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Simply, Krishna means he who is all attractive. Krishna is, I explained the other time, is like a magnet. He's attracting us to him. Every one of us. We are all part and parcels of God. The Bible says, know ye not that ye are also small gods. So we are all part and parcels of God. No matter what our sin, he wants it back. The sin that we think we are committing against God, against our neighbor, doesn't affect the soul itself. It is only making the soul go into a slumber. And how is that? It's coming on three aspects. In the aspect of goodness, in the aspect of passion, in the aspect of ignorance. So they are living beings who are totally ignorant. And because of that ignorance, illusion has captured them, thinking that they are the material body. When you are in the mode of passion, you are looking for all material things to engage in. You want to be creative, people to give you credence that, oh, I am somebody in this life. You are passionate, you want to enjoy all material things, you want to enjoy the senses. This passion is also so limited. It makes the soul to turn away from the Lord. But the third one is the mode of goodness. In the mode of goodness, what happens is that at that stage, you have left alone all the negative aspects through, mediums like the 10 Commandments. You follow him? The commandments are moral aspects to help us to leave all our negative things, which our involvement with the material things aside, and engage with God.
Okay. I was not coming to talk about this, but since you have brought this about, let me ask something like for clarification. When you get to every religion or fraternity, there is something either with a thread or a rope. Let me use that word. I don't know the word to put. Like maybe when you go to Afa, Efa, whatever they call it, they have ahoma wo ho omoto. Oko Roman Catholic Church obehu rosary wo ho. Oko Islam fo no ho, ubekwa ko hu tesba wo ho. Mo nso so mudi eninie. Oko ya hemfu ni mu na oko ye tetesem ni mu a. Wan ko hu ahwene a ubekwa ko hu de keke ka ho. Beats ni ade no so the same thing. Oko to say ye northern side na ubekwa ko hu talisman ahodo ukọ akonfuo no mu a doso ahoma bi na no so omo akekere na omo de asi omo asene, just that they different. What exactly does this represent, if you can give us a bit about all these places?
Okay. This beast I have, it's 108, and the tree, this is used from the plant. It's a holy basil plant. The holy basil plant is called tulasi in Sanskrit language. And this is a very holy plant. So when it has left the body, when the soul has left and is dry, we use it to make beads like this. And so this is very, very holy that we use it in chanting. And as we chant the holy names of God on this, it becomes, very auspicious. Now, the rope, as you say, as a Brahmin means somebody who a priest. So we have this rope on which we chant our mantras. We have special mantras we chant. And this rope is actually representing something very interesting. See, last time when I was here talking with you in the interview, I said something that everything in nature has an aspect of God to it. So I said animals, in the animal kingdom, the Lord is also manifesting there. Why is he not God? If God is everything, he is part of those animals, part of the trees, part of everything that you see. So is one animal called Ananta Shesha. Ananta Shesha is having a snake form. So when the Lord is creating, Ananta Shesha is like the gravity that holds all the creation in its position. This is interesting. And that Ananta Shesha, we are going into African religion. In some parts of Africa, they say Vodou Ada, the worship of the snake goddess. So these are all aspects. So we have this thread, signifying the Lord, giving us the ability to worship him and all his entourage, all his personalities in one. So we have these beads and we have this thread. In other religious organizations, I do not really know the essence, but with Afa, it is almost, in that order. All those thread, also signify another thing. In the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, that he is like the thread in which all the beasts have been threaded. All the beasts are like individual souls, but the thread in it is Krishna, is God. So with that thread, it also signifies that God, the Supreme Lord, is the one that is withholding all of us, our lives, everything, maintenance, protection. It's the Supreme Lord. Without him, we are nowhere. So with that, we understand perfectly that God is the essence of everything.
You are watching the biggest, so that's the meaning of the role for you. But you can't tell for others what it represents for them.
But this should be, in reality, this should be the meaning.
Okay. Abusuya sa wo share na wo meaning, wo more in depth about that now person only be share. The platform is open. So let me ask this. Since you are saying you are giving all these instructions and you also said that excuse my language, the animals in the bushes also have part and particle of God in them. They don't use any of this. They are also creation.
Yes, because of the level of consciousness.
Because of the level of consciousness, meaning our consciousness is higher than them.
Yes.
So the question is this. If I decide not to do what you are doing, and I am here doing anything I feel I should do, I don't maybe believe in what you are doing for me to do, and you that is doing this, is your consciousness still as my consciousness? Do you get me? Or as you practice, there will be difference, or there would, I mean, I want you to explain that, because I feel these things are painful to me, because in fact, you explain this and let me ask the next question. Okay. Is the question clear?
Yeah, it's clear. It is like this. According to the modes of material nature, these modes, I told you there are 3 modes of material nature: goodness, passion, and ignorance. And even above that is the transcendental consciousness, the mode of perfect goodness. That is in the transcendence. But in this material world, that is hardly can you find people with that level of consciousness. So these 3 modes affect our nature of worship of God. So those who are in the mode of ignorance, when they are worshiping God, they may worship him from a different perspective. They may worship him through their ancestors. Maybe they worship him as a tree. Oh, they see the tree very mighty, and then they know that there is a force in that tree. They worship that tree. It is not wrong, only that they are in the mode of ignorance, so they are worshiping the tree. Those in the mode of passion, they may want to worship God, but they may worship God as impersonal. God is impersonal. Nobody has seen God. So he's impersonal. He's just a spirit. We can't see him. So we are worshiping him in that aspect. But those who are in the mode of goodness, can also say, oh, there is God, but we don't know him, but we believe he is there, so we can worship. But those who have transcended that, they will see the form of God, and they can form that form of God in a deity form to worship. So the deity form of the Lord also have different aspects.
Oh, okay. So if you more ignorant stage, but you see they are all good.
See, according to our different levels, when you go to school, somebody is starting primary school, somebody is in JSS, somebody is in the...
they all have the hope that they will get there.
So we are all on different levels, but our levels, according to whoever we meet, the people we meet in our life, we either raise our consciousness or degrade our consciousness.
Okay, looking at Ghanaians as people, are they raising their consciousness, or do you think they are degrading their consciousness based on what you see on the internet?
Very interesting. There are many, many Ghanaians who are trying to raise their consciousness, raise it, but they don't have guidance. And because there's no guidance, we have charlatans who have come in to actually take hold of them, trying to direct them to a different situation. But many, many, many Ghanaians I see on Sundays, on even not only Sundays, every day I'm hearing people, different churches, people are shouting, calling on the name of God. Yes, it is good, but what is the essence with which you are doing that? Are you doing that so that you can develop love for God? You can come to know God and serve Him in that order? Or are you doing that because you are in need materially and you are praying to God so that you get some results from Him? You get some material wants. So all this will determine where we are going in our consciousness, whether we are raising it or not. But I can see also that there are many of them who are being deceived. How are being deceived? We are rather diving more into material consciousness. And the more you become lustful after material things, you lose your spiritual abilities.
You are watching the biggest, you lose your spiritual abilities. So since you came to Ghana, have you been watching the social media and everything about spirituality?
I do.
Okay, so these 4 classes, from the ignorance consciousness to the highest, how many percentage would you give to Ghanaians?
I only go into that.
Why? You don't want them to gain their consciousness. If you are able to identify the level, then we know the energy we have to invest into it to raise it. Raising it is important, right? Is it not? So if you tell us where we are, can't we work harder and raise ourselves up?
Yes, it is true. But a real spiritualist sees everybody as worshiping God.
I'm not saying some people are not worshiping. You've given us classes. So I want us to know where we are. So I ask you what we can do to push us up.
Well, to push ourselves up will depend on our leaders, spiritual leaders.
That's what I'm saying. We don't know where we are, so we can give them a job to do. So I'm saying 1 to 100. How do you rate us? So I will ask you what the leaders should put in to push us up. It's necessary, right?
I will not rate.
You will not rate.
I will not rate.
That is so
but,
cool.
But what I can say is that, just like I said the other time, if anybody who is trying to be a spiritualist want to lead the people, and he knows within himself that he has not actually reached that stage, but he is pretending, showboating that he is on that level of realization where he can take the people higher, but he is doing it just for his own self-aggrandizement, self-praise, self-profit, then that personality should know that he is taking the people astray, and he will have to pay for that, for many, many, many births. Because at that time, the people have given him trust, but he doesn't actually have the means by which he can take them higher in consciousness.
In consciousness. Should consciousness be painful?
Consciousness, it is the consciousness simply means the presence of the soul, the presence of the spirit, super soul within us. That's the consciousness. Just like you have sunlight. So when there is sun, then you see everywhere is shining. You know, there is light everywhere. In the same way, when there is soul within us, that shows, you know, throughout the body, the consciousness. So consciousness is simply the presence of the soul. The supreme consciousness is the supreme Lord.
Is there anybody that doesn't have a soul?
Everybody has consciousness. Mm-hmm. Some consciousness are in a budding form, just like a flower. When the flower is in a budding form, you look at the flower, you say, oh, it's good. But you don't, there's no scent, yes, no beauty. There's no attraction. But when it opens up, when the rose opens up, and that smell, you know, scent comes out very nicely, and that beauty of the rose petals, you are attracted to it. Even, you know, bees and everything is attracted, not in a budding form.
Not in a budding form. So let me ask this last one. Abusia, you are watching The Biggest. What you do, is it painful? You are you've gotten to a level and you are still going. Because of where you want to get to, the reason you are in your fraternity or group, I don't know how to call it, but you have rules and regulations that guides you. Is it painful?
No. It comes to a point when you are performing spiritual activities with knowledge of your goal, it's no longer painful. What is painful is that you yourself, you feel you are marking time. You want to proceed faster. So the best way to proceed faster is to have association of people of like mind. People of like mind can help you proceed faster. Somebody who is higher in knowledge than you can give you more. When you are storing, when you store, somebody can help you.
So the Supreme Being, does he want us to do what you people are doing?
No, not necessarily. Wherever you are, in whatever situation you find yourself, you can still worship the Lord. Whether you are a householder, whether you are single, whether you are, seniors, you are a priest. No. Wherever you are, the Lord wants you. So it is not necessarily in. There are people who are simple, who maybe even be homeless, but you go to them, they have very high consciousness. So it is not only me, no.
I'm actually asking that question to understand. Sorry, what has happened somewhere before is coming into there. Anyway, it was a beautiful meeting with great people and with a wonderful package. Why? Comment session. Papa, the reason I'm asking this is that you are an African. We've met, we've had a conversation, and I realized like you were a real African man. Not because of what we are wearing. I'm saying this because of the conversation that happened between us, yes. Because we were many. But why I am asking you this question is that day, out of happiness of the parcel, I wanted to hug you. That was when I realized you people don't hug. That is one. And then two, I realized how you were doing everything all by yourself. You people, you were doing everything. I'm like, then I also came to realize that you have to wear this. I thought maybe when you were going out, but when we got to the place, I realized you are still in this. So I'm like, why is an African man cannot hug his sister? Why is an African man have to wear this all his life? Is this not painful? You can't hug, not even your mother. I asked you that day. Why do you think this is not painful?
No, it's like this. Well, when you reach this stage, we call seniors. I said it the other time. You have renounced everything. Your renunciation is for people to see, how you can also, when you come to this stage, behave. See, I will say something. When we wear this uniform, or when you renounce yourself as a seigneur, it's a challenge to womanhood. A challenge to womanhood. Well, I'm here, and you are trying to renounce us. This happens. It's a challenge. So it is a challenge that the woman will say, by all means, I'll let you fall down. That's what happens to many of the priests, and they don't know. I will make you fall. No, it is not that they are doing it consciously, but because woman and man, that attraction is there, and now you are trying to get yourself away. So now there's a big challenge that comes. So somebody was asking me this question the other day. He said, why is it that many women, especially in the Catholic Church, they try to go after the priest, knowing very well that they have renounced? And I was telling the person, it's not so simple. It's because, there is a big challenge to the womanhood. I have to see that this man, whether he is really saying what he is doing, is after that. So they will have to come and they will challenge you. It's unconscious, but it is there.
Why are they challenging you? Did God not created you and created the woman?
Yes. But
so why are you challenging yourself? Has God sent you to challenge yourself?
No, we don't.
So what's the point?
The point is, you as a woman and man as a man, the attraction is there.
Who made it there? Who placed it there?
The Lord placed it there.
And so why are you condemning what the Lord has placed there?
We are not condemning.
You are denying, you are breaking it.
No.
You are overriding it.
No. It is like this. In the spiritual realm, everything that the Lord has created is perfect and complete. No, hold on. Everything in the spiritual world is perfect and complete. When it is manifested in the material world, it's a pervaded reflection of the spiritual world. So, because it's a pervaded reflection of the spiritual world, whatever is happening here is opposite to that in the spiritual world. So when you want to look at it from this way, when you are a womanizer, you go after women, or the opposite, women also like that. After some time, you find yourself in a very dilapidated situation. Why am I doing this? During the time of AIDS, a woman sees a man, they go together, and afterwards there's sickness. And you have to leave the body because of that, or struggle with that. Even right now, you may say, oh, this is a beautiful woman, you're a beautiful man. You come together and there is disease that you have to deal with all your life.
So if all the men in the world take this decision you have taken, and God said we should come and fill this place, if all the men go your way and the women are there and nobody is giving birth, would God tell the trees to do this for him?
No, it is like this. The Lord himself knows that there are different levels, categories of personalities. People will be renounced. And it's not, I said it the other time, that I just renounced from the beginning. I got married, I had children. The children are there in America now. So I didn't renounce the ability to procreate. My procreation, I've done that.
Yours will be more painful.
Why?
Because you know hot water, you know cold water. You said you want to be cold.
No.
Yours will be more painful, and you broken somebody's heart. Is God going to judge you for that?
No, I didn't.
They have to understand. I learned that you sit and talk to them for them to understand. I will go and look for the woman then to tell him that, oh, you come back and say that I have regretted. You are watching the biggest and the largest. This is not actually the conversation, but he brought it about. So because that day I was so happy, you could see I was so happy about my package, and I was like, I didn't know till that day that they don't hug you people. I will come to your temple, and that day you people I will have everybody in that temple and see what will happen to you people. You are watching the biggest and the largest. Papa, let's get into our topic. People are asking what we are discussing. We are discussing the world coming to an end soon. It's something people are preaching all over the internet, all over the church, the world. We are saying, "Ebi kura my date, ebi my time," and all that. That is what we are going to discuss today. So, Papa, when they say the world, what is the world? And when they say something is coming to an end and soon, how soon and how end is this becoming? Tell us about these three words: world, end, and then soon. And when you are done, you put them together and tell us how people or why people think we are coming to an end, and what world is coming to an end. Is it this my body? Is it where the fire outbreak has happened? Which world are we talking about?
So, thank you, my friends, my brothers, my sisters. See, when somebody asks you the world is come to an end, the first thing you should ask is, which world? And when they say soon, what in time lineage is soon? Soon to God may mean trillions and trillions of years to the Supreme Lord when they say soon. Because like you are breathing in and out now. When you breathe in, you are breathing in so many living entities. When you breathe out, you are breathing out so many miracles that are forming. As they go away, they become like universes where living entities occupy. And when you breathe in, you are ending some of those things. So, are you asking, the Lord is also performing his duty of creation? When he breathes out, he's breathing out a whole lot of universes. And within those universes, we living entities occupy. And when he's breathing in all those living entities at different stages. Because as I'm breathing, all things that are far from me will come last. So which destruction are we talking about? So let me go into detail about this. We have macrocosm, microscopic aspect. And then we have macro. So the little aspect of things and in a major aspect. So in macro, your individual body, you are a world unto yourself. This body is a world by itself. Within you are trillions and trillions of what? Molecules. Are trillions and trillions of living entities that are occupying this body. Within that body are different levels of fire, water. You know, this body is made up of about what? 70% water. There's fire in the body. Without fire of digestion, you cannot do anything. So this body, just like the sun, is a living entity, just like the earth is a living entity. But apart from that, when you leave the body, there are many, many living entities that are also going to leave this body. And you are going to leave this body. So that means the moment you leave this body, your body has been dissolved. There's a dissolution of the body. So within this body, which is you, the personal you have dissolved. But apart from that, what about your family? Your family is also a part of your world. If anything happens to your family, you also are affected. So that is also part. So we have what we call individual karma, family karma, ethnic karma, race karma, national karma. So all these karmas are there. So according to what you do and at what particular time, all your world will come to an end due to your karmic activities. So those who were living in America about 400 years ago, they didn't know that some people will come and take over their land and kill them off. But when they killed them off, they left a few of them. So when we say dissolution or destruction, is destruction permanent? Some will be destroyed, some things will be left. Just like when this body is destroyed, not all. Some aspects are left where those living entities will still be in for so long. So according to your time duration, we are saying somebody has been destroyed or the planet has come to an end. And Mother Earth, I will call Mother Earth because she is also a living entity. She also has a soul. The soul of Mother Earth is also there. Just like somebody is using your body, they will call you Mother. We are also using Mother Earth. So we call her Mother Earth because she is nourishing us. So Mother Earth, when is she going to be destroyed? It takes time. And because of this, I will have to go into the time, duration and how creation takes place to show you this.
Go ahead.
Okay. Now, on this Earth planet, we have what we call 4 seasons. Summer, spring, autumn, and winter. In the same way, now, if you were we are fortunate in Ghana or in Africa mostly because we only have 2 seasons, rainy season and dry season. But it's always sunny. But if you go to Europe in the winter, you see that everything is dry. There's no, even the trees, you may think there are no trees because all the leaves are gone. And you don't see any animal. If it snows, you look everywhere, it's white. So if some people, aliens, come to our planet during the winter season, what will they see? They will say this place is just a desolate land. But at the same time, in the summer and in the spring, you see life everywhere. In the same way, in the major circle of this earth, there are 4 seasons. The first is called the Golden Age. And the Golden Age, people live to be 100,000 years old. People are very tall in this age. Not only that, this age is 1,728,000 years. 1,728,000 years. And in the next age, and during that time, they have their mood of worshiping God. Now, the next age that comes after that is called the Treta Yuga. The first one is called the Satya Yuga, which is the golden age. The Treta Yuga is called the Silver Age. And in the Silver Age, the time duration is lessened by 1/4. So that will be about 8,229,000 years. Not 8 million. 8,229. What am I saying? I'm sorry. It is lessened by 1/4. So it will be 1,229,000 years. And life expectancy of man at that time is 10,000 years. So you can live to be 10,000 years during that time. And the height of the people, at the beginning they were giant. Now the giant will be coming down. The next age is called the Bronze Age, which we call the Dwapar Yuga. In this age, people will live to be 1,000 years. That is the time the Bible story started with who? Who is the oldest personality in
Adam.
No. Somebody, is it Methuselah?
Methuselah.
Methuselah was almost 1,000 years old. So during that time, the Bible story starts with Methuselah being. So the Bible story started in the age of Dwapar Yuga, which is the Bronze Age.
So the Bible is not the beginning of creation. As they say, Adam and Eve is the beginning of creation. Is that what you're saying, Papa?
No. If Adam and Eve were the beginning of creation, why Adam's son?
Don't tell me about Abel. Where he killed the wife.
He killed, and then he went and married from where?
Papa, leave that one. They said the woman spring out of water. Let's leave that one. Continue, please.
No. That's why I said if there's a destruction, there is some life left.
Okay, so you continue from where you were.
So,
it's very important.
Yeah, the next age is Kali Yuga, which in the age we are now. This Kali Yuga, people will, it will be 432,000 years. 432,000 years. Out of that 432,000 years, the beginning of Kali Yuga was only 5,000 years ago. So we have 427 more thousand years to go. So when we said the earth is going to be destroyed, no. But what happens is this. In each and every yoga, like I mentioned the first yoga, every time there is partial destructions going on, even at the end of the golden age, there will be a partial destruction. At the end of the Bronze Age, there is partial destruction. And now, when our age that we are in, there will be, it's 432,000 years. There will be small destructions at different times within it. So when those destructions take place, we call it pralaya. Pralaya means, destructive periods. But it is not major destruction. So those destructive periods will come with the ages. Will come maybe every 5,000 years, every 2,000 years, even as we are here now.
Why is it so? Any reason for that?
Just like you were once a baby. From babyhood, you became a youth. And now you are at this stage. So you have been, every 7 years, actually you get a new body. This body in which you are, every 7 years there's a different body that you have, but you don't notice it because the soul is still in that body. So from boyhood to youth to old age, the soul is one, but the body is changing. You wouldn't tell me when you were 20 years and now you had the same body. No. In the same way, the earth is also undergoing different changes. Sometimes there is a shift of the poles, and at that time there is a major destruction.
What causes that? What causes that? Is it normal? Is that how the Supreme Being has made it? Is it our
renewal?
Is it our sin? Why do we have to renew ourselves in one same place?
Rejuvenation of Mother Earth is there. There's rejuvenation you are also having. So Mother Earth is also rejuvenating herself. So at times the plates, the continental plate come together and they cause a lot of disturbance. But that is not going to be the end of the world.
Okay, Papa, continue.
Okay.
So this world we are living in, this we are saying, like not even Ghana, the whole world, people are saying it is coming to an end. It is coming to an end soon. It will not come to an end.
No. When, for instance, Ghana have misfortune of being destroyed, another place will be there. For instance, during the Second World War, so many places were destroyed, but many places were not affected. Nagasaki and Hiroshima were destroyed by atomic bombs. Is that not it? But the rest of Japan survived. In the same way, those who are being destroyed at that time, their world had come to an end.
So it's not that this world is coming to roll like a mat.
Not soon.
We should not
a time comes. During the day of Lord Brahma. Lord Brahma is the being who is the chief engineer of our universe. And his life duration is 311 trillion years. So one day is 4,320 million years. 4,320 million years. So his one night will be 8 million. Yes. So, and within that one day, there are many, many, many living entities that are being created and being dissolved. We call them Manus. Manu means father of mankind. These Manus have their own period. So within a lifetime of Lord Brahma, within a day, there will be 14 Manus. And those 14 Manus, there will be 71. Anyway, this is too much. I'm going into too much details.
That's what we need.
Okay. Now, the day of Lord Brahma is called a kalpa. And I said one kalpa is 4,320 million years.
The kalpa, how would I say it in my language? If I should
a
be
season.
Season.
Yeah, in a way, this is too much for me. I can't.
You can't.
I don't know it. Maybe our elders know. That one, I'm frank, I don't know.
That's okay. Continue, please.
So, we have 14 Manvantaras. And I told you, these Manvantara, they are Manus. And every Manu, the duration of Manu with our time, year time, is 306 million years. Over 306 million
Well,
years.
yes, my experience. Because the cats are not crying, and take any matter.
Yes. So what is happening is that if you have, according to your karma, you can actually be born in the demigod's world, where you can experience these things in the heavenly realms, where you can live to be a very old personality. Just last time I told you that compare your duration of life to that of a fly, house fly.
3 days.
Yes, 3 days.
Mosquito 1 day.
1 day. And then it's gone. Yes. And even there are some gems. It's only hours. They produce everything and they die. So this is, to them, our 100 years will be too much for them. So in the same way, to the higher beings in the, we call them demigods. They are not gods, but they are helping God. They are called demigods. They are just like the president of Ghana has ministers, and the ministers have other people under him, under them, who are taking care of the affairs of the state. In the same way, in God's kingdom, God produces all these demigods so that they can help take care of the elements and universal affairs. So that's why I was saying at the beginning that the fire, element of fire, has a personality who is controlling it. We call Agni in Sanskrit. The element of water has personality who is controlling with his own entourage. He is called Varuna. The personality of air, he is called Vayu. And Vayu also has his own. So sometimes Vayu and fire god will come together, like the one happening in Los Angeles. You see that there's air blowing, and the fire is also getting the air and destroying everything. So we should know that there is personality in all things. If God created them, then there should be some personality controlling them.
You are watching the biggest and the largest. They all have personalities that are controlling them. And the reason why this world or this Mother Earth is not coming to an end soon is what he has explained. You can keep your questions coming. So, Papa, in all, if you should put all these things together, is it that we don't know? Why are people preaching that this world is here? The Mother Earth is coming to an end, and there is another place we are going?
Because of want of knowledge. See, when Jesus Christ said, I am coming, he didn't give them the time he is coming. And Jesus, or the avatars of God, they are appearing day in, day out. So in our scriptures, in the Bhagavad Gita, it is said, wherever and whenever, no, it's whenever and wherever there is a decline in religious principles and a predominant rise of irreligion, at that time, I manifest myself. You follow me? Mm-hmm. So the Lord is manifesting himself at different, it's not only in India, it's not only in Israel. He said whenever and wherever there's a decline in religious principles. So when the Lord comes here now, many people in the form of Jesus, but he is not going to appear like Jesus. He will come just like a common person to preach. Many people will castrate him. They will say you are telling lies because they don't know him. But those who are in the know of who Jesus is, they will worship him in truth. So he said, I have so many things to tell you, but you don't have the ability to hear them yet.
You don't have the ability to hear them yet. Ni nyinaa so a supreme being no na wa making no sa say enko so. Sa so papa in simply put, advice ben na ode be ma wiase nyinaa when it comes to this. How we place this thing is in our head, say nyankopon oba ochina oba we aha doesn't belong to us, we are going to heaven. Yeah, nyeshe aha doesn't belong to us, ye ko grave ni mu a saying besi advice ben ena uwo edema wiase nyina ena so be leadi edoma ana nipa nso a. How do you tell the person about this, how he can communicate the world that can come to an end, the world that cannot come to an end? How does he communicate to them? So you are advising those who are preaching the world is coming to us an end, and then you advise we those who are also ready to leave this place. The reason we don't want to work, we don't want to do anything.
Yes. This is not our home. The material world, as I heard you preaching today, this body is just a garment. It's a prison garment. And according to the level of your karma, you are wearing a prison garment. So those who are in the level of fire, they also have prison garment of fire. Those who are having air as their body, they are in the prison garment of air. Those who are in the prison here in the material world, we are also in a prison house. Individually, we have been sentenced to different durations of time. So if my time is 7 years and I serve it yet, and your time is 20 years because of the gravity of your karma, I am going to leave this material world. So I can, if by grace of God, I've come to know God, and I know who is him, and I love him and have relationship with him, I can go back to the spiritual world, the transcendental realm. But it's not that everybody is going to go to the transcendental realm at the same time. No. And when you die, you are not going to stay in the grave until Jesus comes. The soul cannot stay in the grave. The soul cannot be captured by wind, destroyed by anything. The soul is taking on another body. The soul is not static. The soul is dynamic. So the soul is moving from body to body to body, from earth to another earth to another earth, from one universe to another universe, according to your karma. So we are moving like that. It's not that karma will not tell on us. It will tell on us, but how we determine our life in this world by surrendering ourselves to God, that will limit our karmic activities.
That will limit our karmic activities. Is there, can we do away or abolish or wash away karma? Is that possible?
Karma, no. What happens is this. When you take pictures in the film, the pictures will always be there.
Okay, so you cannot do away with it.
You cannot do away with it. But what you can do, when you surrender yourself to the Supreme by his own will can take away that karma. It is only the Supreme who can take away the karma. The Supreme or his representatives. That's why Jesus came. He said, I am the way, the truth, and the life.
He even said, I and my Father are one.
Are one. So by that, he's taking away the karma for you. But that doesn't mean he takes away the karma and you should continue sinning.
That should be another topic. Why Jesus came to take the karma away? Did he take it away from for all of us?
No.
Or for those who, so that will be a topic for another day. What 2 things that we should put in place if we want to get to the other places, if we want to work hard and not be back here or turn into something else, but proceed to another level. In 1 minute, what are 2 things we should be careful about? Because that very 2 things, those 2 things can bring us down. What and was just 2
We
things.
should not surrender ourselves to our senses, because the senses are the medium by which we are suffering, you know. But our mood should be, all the lust within us should be wiped out. And where is the lust coming from? Through the senses. When one begins the worship of the Lord, when one surrenders himself to the Lord or to the representative of the Lord, what happens is that at that time the doors are open so that we can eliminate karma and look towards the Supreme Lord. It is only then that our journey in the material world, you know, starts to limit itself.
Okay, Abusia, me keeping wa ha na me na discuss the other time oka hebi so ho asem and how niama na yekeka wo other fraternities ni mu nyina ewo Africa aha no mo, but ye nim how to combine them. And no na me pese me bisa no, but now na me pese on getting into this world is coming to an end, this world is coming to an end, you know. And I was getting into it. But before I I'm making a very profound statement that when we submit our will to the Lord, the Lord, which Lord? Is it Krishna? Is it Brahma? Is it Jesus? Is it Muhammad? Inti eho, and I'm not the best starting a china nyame adoma. Now you get into entities in Libya, na menka pantheons in Libya. Or other fraternities now ya meme momudin we get confused about no and no and I be discuss e china nyame ema ye ho kwan because person me keep it na me bisa no all the questions that I feel I can get answers from him. Papa, the other day you didn't give your social media handles, nothing. Today, do you want to give or you still don't want to give? Your will, anything you want, here, there. Your wish is what we, respect. So today, do you want to give them the social media handles or you still don't want to?
You mean gift?
Give them, no, your Facebook, your maybe people would want to ask you questions and all that. If the other day you didn't give us,
okay.
So I don't know if you will give us today.
On Facebook, my name is Shanta Maharaj. You know, so when you say Shanta, Shanta Maharaj, when you but you have to put BV, Bhakti Vedanta, BV Shanta Maharaj. You get me on Facebook. And my email I can give to everybody is Shanta Swami, SHANTA Swami, SWAMI 108 at gmail.com. 108 at gmail.com.
I was going to ask you a question, but I won't ask because I've heard that or learned that when you get to this level, you don't mention the name your mother and your father gave you again. So I won't ask Kokora. I won't even try it. Because
it's not a big deal.
Because Swami, Shanta, if you mention Togbi Afozoko, we know when we Togbi Afozoko, our own, then we mention Grr, Shanta, Swami, your names. I suffer to mention them. Anyway, it's okay.
Shanta simply means peace.
So why don't you say Jigbodi?
No, because we follow a certain order. It's like this. I will just explain this. Everything you do, it's according to your level of consciousness of your level of vibration.
Okay. I will ask you, so our level of vibration, when you call it jigbody, meaning the same meaning, the frequency is different. We will talk about that. Our time is gone for today. But I will ask you this question. Why you feel anything you do, the frequency and the level is different? The reason we cannot, Shanta is peace, but we cannot say Jifafa.
It is. But Shanta in the Sanskrit has
the frequency and the vibration.
Yes.
I will ask you why we don't have that vibration. Thank you so much, Papa. I'm keeping you here once again so I can get into what I told you I want answers to. I hope that is okay. Thank you. I appreciate. Ebusia, this conversation continues tomorrow. Thank you for watching. I love you bunch. Shalom.